Hey guys. Whether you're more of a dog person or a cat person, if you love pets, this video is for you. Let me tell you a little fun fact about cats. The All-American cat, and it started in Maine. The Maine Coon cat, which is what a lot of, even though most of the cats we have around here are more, if it was a dog we'd call it a mutt. Most of our cats are just mixed breed, whatever, not really breeded cats. The Maine Coon cat is an American original. This hardy, long-haired breed developed as an all-purpose, all-weather New England farm cat and companion. The markings for which the breed is best known, a distinctively marked tabby, leaves the cat with a fluffy tail that somewhat resembles the tail of a raccoon. Despite the persistent idea that the large cat came about because of mating with raccoons, well, hate to ruin a good story, but it's just not true. Nor is the idea that the cat developed from matings with North American bobcats. Maine Coon cats are all a cat, and a lot of cat for all that. They also come in many different coat colors and patterns than the one they're best known for. This makes them share the same basic appearance with other large fluffy breeds, most notably the Norwegian forest cat. The All-American Maine Coon, however, holds the distinction of being the first breed to win the first major American cat show. That was in 1895 when a brown tabby female named Cozy won in Madison Square Garden, a place perhaps better known these days as the site of the Westminster Kennel Club dog show. Perhaps that's fitting because Maine Coons are known to be easygoing and great with kids, among the more dog-like of cats. They're also the state cat of Maine, no big surprise, and originally earned much favor for their robust health and outstanding mousing abilities. Despite what kind of pets you might have or just be interested in, we have all sorts of books in our nonfiction section that are about the different types of pets. If you're wanting more facts about how to care for them and everything, you're probably going to want to go to the adult section of books. There may even be a few basic ones in the junior section. Right now, we don't have very much on pets in general in the teen section, so the adult section would be your best bet. But whether you are wanting to know more about cats, dogs, which are probably the two that we have the most on, probably dogs being the most, horses, leopard gecko. I know we have some new books on some leopard geckos. But anything like that, we have books that you can be checking out on your own and just reading up a few facts about maybe getting your own. I don't know. Hey everybody, this week is Wild About Pets, and we're going to be talking about different types of pets and stuff, and the different papers, of course, you'll end up with your bag this week, and the craft, and the possibility that you will end up with, while we still have them, this book called Dogs and Their People, Photos and Stories of Life with a Four-Legged Love. And that's from the Bark Post, The Humans Who Brought You the Bark Box. And then I'll flip through a few pages of it too. That'd be good. Okay. But your craft will be supplying you part of it, and then you'll have to supply part of it. You'll get this spiral here that when it's in your bag it'll look more like that, but you'll get that, and then I'll show you later in the video how to do this. You'll need some pictures of like some pets that you have, either currently or in the past, and then you can put them around on it. I have already printed off some, and then I will show you guys the finished product later on and how to make it. You'll need some photos, whether they're just printouts or actual printed photos, and then this, and then some string or twine or something. You will also be getting some paper craft dogs, One of the possibilities is a Labrador Retriever, which is just simple cut and fold. And then, this is sort of a pet, but sort of not. And I included it mainly just because I kind of thought it was humorous. If any of you have ever watched Looney Tunes and saw the Pepe Le Pew cartoons, you would be familiar with the little cat. And this is a 3D cubie of the cat from those cartoons. Like we did with the Darth Vader helmet in May, there is the symmetry page where you can draw, and this is actually Grumpy Cat. You'll be getting a game and the instructions called Backyard Buddies. And basically the overview of the game is you are a house cat. You enjoy basking in the sun, and your favorite place to be is by the sliding glass doors that overlook the great outdoors. You watch as critters of all types cross your path. Nothing could be better. Occasionally you get a little too excited and you find yourself tracking nothing but a bunch of leaves. When other cats are around, you stealthily keep an eye on them. You wait for the precise moment to pounce on them to scare them away and what they're tracking. Or you are nice and play with them and share what you have discovered. But there'll be two, maybe front and back pages of the instructions, and then the sheet itself, which will have which dice roll you'll need, which the main thing you'll need to supply for this is some dice. And then there is a pet word search, or actually maybe a pet word search and a dog breed word search. There is also some things about how to listen to a dog and the signs of a relaxed dog or the signs of a threatening dog. And then there is 35 cool things about pets, which includes everything from birds, rabbits, guinea pigs, fish, dogs, cats, birds, horses, chameleons even. And then there will be a comic that is Animal Heroes, Warrior the Warhorse. And it's just a short little one-page comic. And then Mountain Heroes talking about the St. Bernard. And that's a pretty neat little story. You could also, on the paper crafts dogs, you could end up with a bulldog, you could end up with a collie, a beagle, a corgi, and it's just kind of a toss-up what you might end up with. There's a Siberian Husky. Then there's also probably going to be a more complex one that is actually a French Bulldog. It's got a couple of pages of instructions and then the body of the dog itself. And then you may also end up with a couple pages talking about vets in action. There will be a pet contest and you will each get a sheet in your bag when you pick up the bag for the pet week. A printable My Pet is Awesome, neat, and you can put the animal's name, a picture, and a little description here about your pet. And what makes them awesome, what makes them special to you, anything like that. And then you can also include, and I mean, if this is a grandparent's pet or a cousin's pet, ask them if they would be okay if you used them as your special pet that you wanted to use to enter the pet contest deadline, which the deadline for this, either your copy of this with the animal's picture, name and description, or if you want to enter on Facebook or Instagram, the deadline for this will be July 21st, which is on a Wednesday, and then from there until the end of the month we will be voting on those. And people can come in and vote on those. We'll have them up somewhere. That way people can vote. But we want, and there may even be different categories depending on how many entries we get. So I encourage you guys to enter your pets. Whatever kind of pet it is. If it's a dog, cat, horse, chicken. If it's your pet, go ahead and enter it. Hey everybody, so we're going to do the craft portion of the Pets Week. And I was going to real quick tell you a story out of this 125 pet rescues, which this is over in the junior nonfiction. And it's going to be about Sophie and Sydney, which is a cat and a dog. And this story comes from Medfield, Massachusetts, in the US of A. Sophie the rescue dog hadn't been in her new home for long when her adoptive family brought her the best present ever, a very small but sweet and cuddly kitten. Sophie's new family didn't know much about the dog's life before adoption, just that the Chow Spitz mix had probably been abused and that she had had a litter of puppies. Super sweet and very maternal, Sophie loved having a kitten to care for. She carried baby Sydney around by the scruff of his neck, snuggled with him, and gently guided his every move. The kitten, who started out small but grew up to look like a little bear cub, grew up thinking that he was a dog. He loved to sleep on Sophie's bed, go for walks outdoors, and instead of purring, that canine-ish cat would wag his tail. And I don't know what kind of pets you have, but that brings us into telling you a little bit about the backstory of this craft. You're going to be getting one of these spirals in your bag, as I already mentioned, but I mentioned having a photograph or several, and you could even do this of people if you wanted to, but I just printed off images of some pets that I had. This is actually our old dog that we had that died about this time last year, and his name was Rebel, and he was actually kind of a rescue. He lived at a place where there was a bunch of other dogs and lots of chickens and roller pigeons. And the dogs decided to pack up and join in a pack and kind of get after the pigeons, so that wasn't going to end well. But we brought him home, and he lived for probably about 15 years, and he was a really good dog. And then another rescue that we had, and we still have him, he's about 12 probably now, is our cat, and his name is George. And he was actually a little starving, teeny tiny little guy when we got him. And he was scared of everything, which still is kind of scared of most things. But we rescued him from starvation and from some people that was going to be mean to him. And then that brings us to the current pet, the current dog, I should say, that we have. And this is him. His name is Albert, and he is very, very lively. So, what you're going to be needing for this craft is your photos, whether they're on cardstock, printed photos out of a printer, or like printed from Walmart. Your spiral that I supplied you with, some fishing wire, some string, thread, something, kind of just whatever you have, scissors to cut that with, and probably something like a hole punch. That way you can punch holes in your spiral for however many photos you need. So I will show you guys the craft. So I will start by making the hole punches, and we'll just kind of space them out here. And if you have more pictures that you're including, you can just make more holes. So we now have our holes for the photos. And you can go ahead and cut your fishing wire, fishing line. And we'll start by running it through here. And you guys may actually come up with a better way to do this even than this, because I am trying it out as you guys are viewing it. So this is a finished product, and you may have to do a couple of attempts at tying, first around your photo and then looping it through here. But that's basically what the end result can look like. Yours could look different. You actually might decide to add some color or do a little something on this white spiraling here. If you do, I probably would recommend that before you started tying your photos on. But I hope you guys enjoy this craft. And now we'll go back and finish the rest of the video. Bye. So we would gladly get this bag ready for you, or you can just stop by and pick it up. And you can give us a call if you want us to get it ready for you at 606-348-8565. Bye.